Let's go shopping, Alice. Hey guys, welcome back to Fort Mort. Good to see you in the battalion. So we're going to go shopping today. We're going to talk about the shipments in all the stores. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go through every single store and kind of give you a rundown of what I think you should be doing. There are some stores that are going to be controversial on what people think you should do, but the one thing I've done from day one, and I've never missed a day of playing this game, knock on wood, since I've been playing about 3.5 years ago, but the one thing I've always done, thankfully, before the game even changed, was I always bought these 4 pieces every day. They're dirt cheap, and they're used for the scavenger. If you're not familiar with the scavenger, that's what gets you the relic material. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong one. The relic material to level up your characters. You trade that gear in, as so. You trade that in, okay? You will get to a point when you start running out of relic material. The way you avoid that, this is one way. Buy these every 6 hours if you can. Whenever you log into the game, check your stores. That is utmost importance. It doesn't seem like much, but it adds up over time. All right, weekly shipments. A couple of rules to this. Only if you're a whale. I mean, I'm not spending all those shard points on, or shard tokens on Omicrons. The price is up or down is give you. This is controversial whether they're worth it or not. Depends on what mode you're playing. Everything else in this store, though, unless you're credit rich, like on some of my accounts, I'm credit rich because I don't spend enough on modding. First of all, you should be spending your credits on modding. But for like a guy like young Lando, who's hard to farm and his ship's hard to farm, I go ahead and buy it. These 4 for me is worth $1 million. I'm not saying you should do it. But the one thing you should never, ever, ever, ever do, and I've fallen into this trap, is spend your ally points here, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. Cantina Battle Store. For me, characters you need now or soon. Keep in mind that if you buy this ship, I'll give you an example. Buy that for 400. I buy that a lot when I got a lot of energy. That converts to 190 shards in this store because there's 5 of them. In the other store, there's 4, which converts to 152. You actually get a few more tokens for converting ships over characters. So I never recommend, unless you're desperate to get gear, that you convert these. But there are certain characters you can get here to speed up your farm. Every one of these characters is pretty much usable somewhere, but I mean, like Jedi Knight Guardian, Java Scavenger, most people aren't going to get those. Hoth Rebel Scout early game, but it's a good place to get Boba Fett early, but he's already got 2 places to farm on light side and dark side energy nodes. So this is basically surrounded around characters. And tip to the wise, if the rumors are true, you might want to be farming Qui-Gon Jinn now. Separate video incoming. All right, so talking about the guild store. The guild store, basically this is certain gear or rare tunes. So for me, the golden eyeballs are very rampant. I tend to buy them here. I think they're a reasonable price. I have not done a whole lot of homework on them. But the stun cuffs here, I'm sure there's an argument for that as well. Just depends on what gear you're needing in particular at that time. I believe First Order SF TIE Fighter, this is the only place you can get it. So he's a huge one. And on that note, before I move on, I want to show you guys on SWGOH.gg. There's actually a page on there under their database that shows you all the characters that are findable in each store. So like Galactic War Shipments, Cantina Store, Squad Arena Store, Shard Shop. Don't ever buy Grievous out of the Shard Shop. I was an idiot and did that ages ago before I understood the game. Guild Shipments is a little bit different. So Guild Shipment rotates every 6 hours or whatever. So Group 1, Group 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are the people that will come together. So that'll change up constantly. Like if you try to find B2, you might not see them for days. Fleet Stores got all these characters in there as well. And then Guild Event Store, which in my opinion, there are very few. There are only certain characters that are rare that you buy out of there, but try to avoid that. So anyway, there's a tip to the wise. Where's my sheet at? Hang on. We've got Squad Arena Store. Characters and ships. Then go all prestige. I've seen this. We've all had a good laugh at a couple of streamers' expense for not having enough prestige, say opening the Executor or opening any like Malevolence and not being able to level them all the way up. The minute they open them, they're super excited and then they got no prestige. This is one way to build up that prestige from your Squad Arena store. I'm not sure how that's going to be affected with the new game change that's coming, because the Squad Arena is no longer going to be as viable as it used to be, but you should still be able to get your tokens just by doing your dailies. I'm assuming that's not going to change. Credits is useless. Do not use your squad arena for credits. I don't see the use. There's a few characters in here like early game Kanan Jarrus if you want to get him early to get moving. He's a good one. Tarkin is one. Who else? Oh, HK I think is his only spot you can actually get him currently. Sabah is the only place you can get him. And then of course Nuke Gunray's in there as well. Then we move over to the Galactic War store. Ships and more ships. This is where you're going to get a bulk of some of your ships like Geonosian Spy. I always get the ships here. Plus, like I'm maxed out. I've got everybody in this store. So whenever I need the blue shard tokens, I'll either go to Cantina and sell some like this. Now I get 4 shards. Go over here. I get 152 for a ship. But the character, if I do like K2SO, I only get 150. So I'm not quite get the same amount. So I always do the 3 ships if I feel like spending my Galactic War in order to get my shard tokens. So another tip to the wise. I know for me, I did my baby account. Zeb was one of my first characters. I farmed him up in pretty quickly in 2 weeks or something by going through this store. Once you're able to do Galactic War, Cad Bane was actually my first 7-star character, which allowed me to get into raids because I can get him. I want to say it was like 21 days, and you're raid ready because you only need 1 character to start getting rewards from a baby account standpoint, saving you from having to buy the hyperdrive. Mod store. Avoid this like the plague. I shouldn't say that. You should look through it. Look at the gold mods. If you're looking for something specific that you need to put on a character, maybe a crit chance, double crit chance triangle. Boom, there's one. But I hated the secondary stats on it. Hate the secondary stats. I don't even see any gold in here. Don't refresh it. I just 99% of the time you want to avoid it. It's way too expensive. Your credits can be much better used rolling mods. All right, from a Fleet Arena store. This is probably the most controversial store. Hoard or not to hoard. This is controversial in my community. I originally would always put all my Zetas on. I don't do that anymore. I hoard quite a bit. Currently, I have 310 mats, which makes 15 and a half Zetas. Plus, I got another 80 some up here that I could purchase. So, I've got theoretically 19 full Zetas right now, I believe. But I was bloating my account up, so I like to put my Zetas personally. Could be a whole nother video, but on lower characters that are viable, who can use it, or I'll wait until they're high relic before I give them a Zeta that actually works with their mastery. So it's a whole nother video that hopefully I can get to. But for the most part, I don't buy anybody here unless they're rare, and I hoard my materials here. Guild event store. Number 1 rule: you get 1, you get 2. This is your 1, this is your 2. I am maxed out. I bought everything in this store at this point. Made some mistakes along the way that I want to show you guys, but shipping harder, the only way you can do that is to spend your get 2 only on the Malevolence and on the Negotiator until you are maxed out. I know people that have got 100,000 plus of the get 2 now because they're maxed out. Maybe they'll bring something else that'll bring get 2, but currently I'm spending mine on gear. That's my choice. Like right now I need it for Shock T because I need to get her up for Sea Pit, so I'm spending mine. And then on the get 1, you want to save this like a madman because you need 70,000-ish right around there to full out max General Skywalker, to full out max Malak, Hermit Yoda, and Wampa if you want them as well. Hermit Yoda is amazing. Wampa is needed for Luke and a couple other characters. So I 100% recommend do not spend that on gear. I made that mistake when I was a rookie as well. Save it, save it, save it. Get 1 and 2. Save it until you have taken out all the characters. All right. Here's another one I made a bad mistake. A buddy of mine, Chris DevX, actually pointed out to me, and I can't believe I didn't pick up on it. I've spent this getting gear for the longest time, and even more so now because we're getting better gear from CG, the way things are set up. Do not spend any of these tokens on gear, in my opinion. Spend it all on slicing materials. You see right here, I'm short 69.35. If you're modding well, you are whooping ass, plain and simple. The only way to do that is to be able to slice, and you have to slice, and you run out of materials fast. This is a great place to buy it. Only spend your GAC tokens on slicing materials. They change up here every 6 hours or whatever it is. So I always buy, if I have under 100, I spend it then. That's me. That's my personal choice. And then the shard store, of course, we've got these. I do use this for gear. Do not spend it on Grievous. It's so expensive. It will take you... I don't even remember how much. I did that like an idiot when I first did Grievous 2 years ago. I'm just thinking about how much gear I gave away. So learn from my lesson. You'll find your typical down here. You'll find good gear like his stun guns are great, even though we're getting more of them in the store now, or in the dailies and etc. But I tend to try to go this route, but these can be a bit expensive too. These are really hard, the HoloLenses, so I'll try to get those when they're available. But again, matter of how you want to do it and what you want to do. I'm currently farming this, so I can't hold back. So I'm going to go ahead and grab those. And then last but not least, the Conquest Store. Only thing I'll spend this on is ships, because I ship harder. That's it, guys. Or if I don't recall ever seeing like cat in here or anything along that line. So the only thing I'll spend this on is here, because your Conquest Store tokens are carryable until the next one comes through, so you always have them. So do yourself a favor. When you go shopping, shop smart. Kmart smart. We are 1 battalion strong. Don't forget, guys. We're also over here. Don't forget, you can help me out over there. We are 1 battalion strong.
Shut up and sit down.